Good, y'all. Welcome back to another review. We are reviewing The Boys season 5, episode 3. Today we are going to be reviewing season 5, episode 3 of The Boys. Y'all know I like to do my reviews a bit differently, so bear with me. We'll all get through it and we'll all have a good time. And let's take a second look at this roster. So that's not the screen you should be looking at. Bam! There you go. So here we have a character tier list. As you all know, what I like to do is I like to review the episode by the character's performance, because to me that is everything when it comes to reviews. So that's where I will be starting with. And this was the tier list that I could find that had the most characters. Let me take a look at some of these other ones though, but I doubt any of them are going to be better than that one. I'm not gonna lie. Well, hold on. There's the next page. Oh, wait, hold on. This is 33. Okay, Huey, the Deep, Ryan, and of course, well, this one's actually more Boys characters, Power Levels, Boys characters, season 1, 2, 3, Boys characters, season 1 and 2, tier list anime, Boys characters. As long as I can get some season 5, bro. I just need some season 5. Boys characters up to season 2, and I don't need that. Characters tier list, season 1 and 2, and I don't need that. Check out this one. It says there's 49 of them. Let's check this one out. You got Butcher, Noir, that motherfucker, Huey, Starlighter, Ryan. Oh, and they got Gen V. Okay. I can't wait for Marie to get up in this. It's gonna be hot. Will be so motherfucker. This is the one we got, so it will be the one that we're going to use. Wait, no, not this one. Where's the other one? Where's this one? So we are going to go ahead and use this one. Not everything on this is going to be, just go along with me. Kimiko. Oh, Kimiko. Honestly, if she could talk from the start of the season, or maybe from season 3, then maybe it wouldn't be so much of a problem for me. But it's like every time I hear her talk, I don't know, it just throws me off. I don't know what it is with it. There's nothing wrong with how she's talking, or not necessarily what she's saying either. It's just her talking, period. I'm used to those. And that's just a joke. That's no disrespect. But I'm used to those. She did let the scientist go after he found out about his daughter being alive. I could completely understand why he raged out like that. I completely get it. Now, what's going to be interesting? I'm gonna put Kimiko in A. She did something great. Frenchie pulled the gun out on him, pulled the Glock out on him. He said, "Hold the fuck up." But Kimiko was like, "Let him make it." See, this is why I gotta drag her down to B though. It was a great thing she did. What she told Butcher when she started talking to Butcher, and to back up what she did, I don't know. There's something about her talking that just doesn't feel right, ever. It never feels right. Now, I'm gonna leave her at B for now. We'll go on. Mother's Milk. He was a lot better this episode than he was in episode 2, I believe. Seems like he is getting some sort of hope back, but every time he does, it always gets stripped from him. So the scene where he's just laughing at the fact that they can't kill Soldier Boy, I absolutely loved it. I thought that was hilarious, because not just hilarious, but when you look at the position it's been in throughout this entire series, it's always them trying to find a way to kill a soup, just to find out that way doesn't work. Then they got to go back to the drawing board. And with this particular instant, they did everything for this super drug just to find out, or not the super drug, the super toxin, the super plague, right? Just to find out that doesn't work on, hey, quiet. Just to find out that it doesn't even work on Soldier Boy. So he's like, so we can kill all of them, but it don't matter, because Soldier Boy's still going to be alive. It's just the whole irony of it all as Mayhem just cracking up laughing, and I absolutely loved it. Because he's a character that's truly at his end. There is nothing he can really have any hope for anymore. So I'm going to put him at A. Frenchie. Did Frenchie have some good moments this episode? I'm trying to think. Frenchie really didn't do much this episode besides just protect Kimiko from Butcher. But he didn't really do all too much for real. Put him right next to Kimiko, right next to his partner in crime. Obviously, Butcher got to be an S. Butcher's plan to kill Homelander on the spot, it actually could have worked. Where he lost me at, though, was when it didn't end up working, and then he started talking crazy to Ryan. That I just, but I do understand It's the worm in his brain's kind of altering him a bit. And not only that, but it's also the fact that he's gonna die no matter what. So he's really not too caring about the world around him because he knows he's about to be up out of here, regardless if they kill Homelander or not. Even if they do kill Homelander, he's still going to be dead because he's no matter what, Butcher is still going to be dead because of the disease he has or whatever, sickness or what's in his body or whatever you want to call it. He's on a death clock anyways, so he's just lashing out. I did love the end of the episode where he went to go find Ryan, and he found Ryan all beat up. But I hope we really get a strong moment from those two because Butcher, you put him in that position. Had you had been there, or had you had not told him what you told him, he wouldn't have crashed out and went to go see Homelander and got his face smashed in. But you, first off, you led him on to believe that he was strong enough to take on Homelander. Then you have him go there by himself, where he could have easily been killed. If Homelander was in a bad mood, that little boy is easily gone from this earth. But I'm glad Butcher at least sees the error in his ways. He at least seen the error in his way when he told Ryan to off. But that scene was brutal though. Ryan was getting the shit beat out of him. All in all, Butcher S. Huey. Fuck off, Huey. Fuck off with the person, hire, blah. Get the fuck out of here, dude. Take that shit over to fucking Elmo Street, you fucking weird ass nigga. Why the fuck are you going so hard on a lie? You could have, once they said what the cover up was, that was your cue to mind your fucking business and leave this little dude alone. Leave him alone. Even Starlighter could see it, bro. Even Annie could see it. She was like, bro, you're being fucking weird. You're being weird, dude. You're being weird. You're sitting here having these conversations about being the better person and letting revenge go. And then you're having conversations about his father that you killed. Which is, you killed him, right? We already been through that, so it's fine. That's not the point. The point is, once they told you what the cover-up was, that was your cue to shut the fuck up and mind your damn business. That is an art that is lost in today's society. Mind your business, Huey. That boy had nothing to do with you. You stay over there. But yes, no, Huey absolutely sucked this episode. And I don't really know. No, Huey was dog shit. And I don't blame Annie for getting the fuck up out of there. I do not blame her at all. Annie, you get as far away from this man as you possibly can. Because all of this fuddy-duddy bullshit is going to get somebody killed. Next up, we have The Deep. I would say The Deep, this episode, definitely gets a solid slowdown. You're not up there. I'd probably say somewhere around. He was better than Kimiko. He was better than Frenchie. Was he better than Mother's Milk? He did convince Translucent Sun, but that should have been obvious from the others. I don't know why they thought that the son of a X7 member wouldn't be speaking or wouldn't have had any conversations with any of the other 7 members. That was kind of stupid, but hey, it is what it is. I did like what he did to Nora, though. That was great. And he stole the credit. That was great, honestly. I think just for that alone, I got to put him above Kimiko. I don't know if I want to put him above Mother's Milk. I also love the scene of Mother's Milk and his name Edgar. I love the scene of those two in that weapons vault or weapons storage. And Edgar is pretty much telling him how at the end of this all, it's going to be me running by. And Mother's Milk is like, and I can't wait till we get to the end so I can put a fucking bullet in you too. I fucking love that shit. So that's why Mother's Milk, he's going to be the gate for that A rank. So we're going to put it deep in B. Homelander obviously is an S. We don't even really need to talk about it. What he did to his son, him bathing in fucking breast milk, seeing his his mom again, him and Soldier Boy's relationship might be going somewhere. But besides that, him on this mission to be immortal, it was good. He was great. I'm keeping him there. Nor didn't say anything. He didn't do anything. The only thing I will say, that scene of him snatching up Edgar as Edgar waves goodbye to the others, he thought he pulled off something like masterful. He thought he snuffed him, but he actually helped him. He actually helped him and he hold himself. So I'm going to put Nor above Frenchie, below Kimiko. Sorry, I had to split y'all up. I'm sorry. Annie was an S tier character in this episode, and I will stand on it. I will die on that mountaintop. The way she came in, and yes, I might be making this based off of one moment, and you might be right, but that one moment was fucking worth it. The way she came in the room when she thought she saw Huey gone, she said, "Wow, like snap, bro, that was crazy." I said, "Oh, I didn't even know that Huey survived it. I thought Huey was dead, just like Annie." I said, "Oh," but when Annie did what she did, I said, "Oh!" Like I was losing it. And I also like the fact that Annie pointed out how fucking creepy bro's voice is. And I also love the fact that she pointed out how fucking weird Huey was being. Annie was the only one actual fucking sense in this episode. Matter of fact, she's been the only one with some sense. She was the only one with some sense for this episode. And that's why she's at fucking S. Okay? This is translucent, but we're gonna use this as translucent sun. Translucent sun was great. He was honestly great in this episode. He was so good in this episode. Too bad he's already dead though. Probably say above Kimiko, below the deep. Nah, the deep moment wasn't that fucking good. I would say he is the new gatekeeper for B. Translucent Sun is the new gatekeeper for B. Thought he was great this episode. Although I was questioning the whole use of the grenade. It's a grenade. Just throw it. I understand the point of walking up to them and placing it if that was what he was going for. I thought he could have just tossed it and then, maybe he was worried about the mine chick. Maybe if he threw it, she would have enough time to kind of, before the smoke gets too crazy. So maybe he just kind of place it close enough to where he can quietly just pull the pin and just let the gas kind of roam and do its thing. Maybe that was the reason. Fighting Huey was great. Dying was not great though. We literally just got him. Above the deep this episode. Give it to him for now. He might get moved. Soldier Boy was easily an A. Of course, we find out that his blood has V1 in him, which is the original VOT formula, which is immune to aging, and it is also immune to this super plague that Butcher and Frenchie made. So now everybody's in a race to get their hands on V1, because if they get the V1 before Homelander does, then this makes Homelander killable. If Homelander gets the V1 though, then of course it would make Homelander unkillable. But only until he has to face off against Marie. Yes. That is only till he has to inevitably face Marie. Because let me tell you, you can have V1, V2, V5000. Marie will be the death of you, Homelander. Marie will be the death of you. Boy was solid though. Not liking Homelander at all. What he told Homelander about, which all is it is Homelander asked for it because he sent Soldier Boy off to see if the plague actually worked. And it did work on the others. It did not work on him. So once he found that out, he pretty much told Homelander to F off, and he can't wait to see him grow old and die and yada yada. He goes and sleeps with the girl that was feeding Homelander last season, the redhead girl. Never remember her name, but he slept with her to get at Homelander until he finds out that her and Homelander never did anything. She tells him that Homelander looks up to him a lot, and you can kind of, Soldier Boy's maybe possibly considering helping Homelander find the V1. He might be considering it, but he still looks at Homelander like an absolute freak. And he repeats this over and over and over and over again. Okay, on to the next one. Ryan in this episode was very good. Out that he's just been on the run most of the time. Been in communication with Eelmouth. Obviously he's gotten stronger or older. Obviously it's not this little boy Ryan. It's a much more teenage version Ryan, but this is the picture that they have for him. Him going to face his dad, him questioning his dad about raping his mom, him finding out the truth. He pretty much found out the truth from Homelander, although Homelander lied to him straight to his face. And Ryan knew he was lying because he said that he can hear his heart and his heart is racing fast as he's saying no, that he didn't. So obviously he did, and to find that out the hard way. He did go to box for his mom though. I did fuck with that. I did love that he was there to box for his mama. Unfortunately, there was nothing he was going to be really able to do to Homelander by himself. Maybe if he had the help from Butcher, maybe if they had virus, but honestly, I blame them not having the virus on Frenchie and Kimiko because okay, yes, what Butcher did was still wrong. Still lied to the dude about his own daughter. But if they were actually on 10, the daughter finding the dad would have never happened. And they would have had a disease to go give to Butcher so that Butcher and Ryan could go give it to Homelander. But it most likely wouldn't have worked anyways, considering that, well, no, it actually would have worked because that literally happened. He was able to get Homelander in a 1v1 scenario. He was able to do it. So that means that plan would have worked. So now that I say all this, here's what we're going to do. We're going to put Ryan right here. Actually, we're going to put him above Soldier Boy. Here's what we're going to do. We're going to take Kimiko, put her down here. We're going to take Frenchie, put him down here. Deed Kimiko, we like the good deed, but we don't like the slip-ups that lead to Homelander staying alive and potentially becoming immortal. So for that reason, you and Frenchie got to go down there. Y'all drop the ball. We appreciate the good deeds. We always appreciate the good deeds, but drop the ball on that one, player. This bitch, so glad she's gone. We got a little bit of backstory from her though. I'm probably gonna put her above Huey. Him at B. Not really much to go off of on that one, but I did like the way he got dragged by Nor. So I'll probably stick him at B. Okay, and that is it. That is all. Those are my thoughts on the episode. As far as my overall rating, I would have to rate this episode. Probably rate this episode a solid 8. I didn't think it was anything like super duper crazy. It is building up well, and that I will give it. I don't think anything too crazy happened. We do see the numbers of the hero/villain society, I guess, dwindling with the loss of the mind control chick. But I absolutely loved Butcher this episode. Loved Homelander. Loved Starlighter. Loved Frenchie. Loved Ryan. Soldier Boy was great. Translucent Sun was good. All that eat shit. Go. Please just stop talking. Do more. And Mind Chick, and it felt better seeing you go. With all that being said, make sure you like and share. We will see you again in another video, in another day, in another chair. Now, I will have some cash prizes to give out possibly this month, but we know next month for sure. All the info for that will be coming very soon. I think people will really like what I'm about to do. So make sure you are subscribed. Make sure you hit that bell so you can be up to date when that happens. And hey, look, this will be the most advantageous time to take advantage of something like this because you're not going to have too much competition. So get down in the comments, subscribe, like, and we will see you again in another video, in another chair.